Let's move on to the second matchup of the divisional round, which is going to be between the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens. The Buffalo Bills got their first playoff victory last week in the wild card since 1995, the year I was born. So it's been a while, 25 years since the Bills have experienced a playoff victory. But their victory was very close. They only won 27-24. Phillip Rivers had a chance to potentially win the game, but luckily the Buffalo Bills knocked the ball down when the time was running out, and the Bills escaped what could have been a disastrous end to their season, because throughout this whole entire game, everything was going the Colts' way. Whenever the Bills scored, the Colts had a response. And it was either a guy missing coverage, they missed the tackle, or they just couldn't keep up with the receiver. The Bills' defense just looked lost. Throughout the season, they have looked questionable. Their offense has been considered top 5, but their defense is still good. But throughout this game, they were playing more relaxed, and the Colts still had a chance in this game. And if they kept that certain mindset throughout this game, they could have honestly lost this, and it would have been a very disappointing end to the Bills Mafia. But they survived, moved on to the divisional round series, and now they're going to be facing the Baltimore Ravens. And I think this is going to be a very good matchup with two of the most sensational quarterbacks in this league, Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. The Ravens, on the other hand, finally got revenge and redemption from last year's playoffs when they had the number 1 seed and they ended up losing to the Tennessee Titans that advanced to the championship series. And they ended the narrative that Lamar Jackson can't win a playoff game, which I think is very awesome, because I think out of the whole group of quarterbacks in his draft class, Lamar Jackson has been experiencing the most criticism. And he had an MVP last year. I mean, he's been in the playoffs. Like, this is his 3rd time, so I think he's 1-2 or 1-3. So, he's just getting started. He's only going to keep getting better, and the Ravens faced a lot of adversity this year, so it just makes it more sweet that they were able to defeat the Tennessee Titans and neutralize King Henry, who only rushed for, what was it? He only rushed for 40 yards. He only rushed for 40 yards. It was very hard to find it, but he rushed for 40 yards. And he finished the year with 2,000 yards on the season. So it was very shocking that the Ravens were able to hold him back. And Lamar Jackson had a decent game. He finished with 179 yards passing, 1 interception, and 136 yards rushing, and 1 rushing touchdown, which is awesome. He was able to keep the Ravens in this game, and the Titans had 10 straight points in the first quarter, held the Ravens to no score, and then it was just all Ravens throughout the rest of the game, and they ended up winning the game 20-13, and the Titans only were able to score 3 points after that first quarter. It was very shocking, but it just showed how dangerous this Ravens team is and can be. And now the Bills have to face that. And after they finished last game, but just barely winning the game by 3 points, if they be relaxed and miss coverage, or they just leave a lane open for Lamar Jackson, the Ravens will make them pay. So the Bills better not underestimate this team, because this is a team that I think no one wants to face in the playoffs. Browns or Chiefs better look out. And the Bills have to face them. They have to find out a game plan, but it's going to be very exciting to see how these two quarterbacks handle it. And That is why I believe that because Lamar finally won that one playoff game, that he's going to come in this game with a lot of confidence. And I believe that the Ravens demonstrated elite defense that has the potential to win a Super Bowl. And based on how each team finished their games, I believe I'm going to trust the Ravens defense over the Bills defense. And that's why I believe the final score of the game will be Baltimore 38, Bills 31. It's going to be a back and forth game, but I believe that Lamar will be able to get this done, and the Ravens defense will put pressure on Josh Allen, and they're not going to change their ways. They're going to continue to blitz the quarterback regardless of how many touchdowns he had when getting pressure. So those are my picks for the first two games of the divisional round. I hope you guys enjoy these games. It's going to be very exciting. And we're only 2 weeks away from the Super Bowl, so just sit tight, enjoy the show, and we're eventually going to have a Super Bowl champion. Thank you for watching, everybody. This has been Lights Sports Breakdown.